All I can ever be to you, the darkness that we know, and this regret I got accustomed to. Once was the ride when we were at our height, waiting for you in the hotel at night. I knew I had him at my match, but every moment we get snatched. I don't know why I got so attached. It's my responsibility, and you don't own nothing to make but to walk away. I have no capacity. He walks away, the sun goes down. He takes the day, but I'm wrong. And in your face, in this blue shade, my tears dry on their own, on their own. I don't understand. Why do I stress the man when there's so many bigger things at hand? We could have never had it all. We had to hit a wall. So this is inevitable withdrawal. Even if I someone of you, and perspective pushes true, I'll be some next year's other woman. So I can't break myself again. Should just be my own best friend. I fuck myself in the head with Superman. He walks away, the sun goes down. He takes the day, but I'm gone. And in your way, in this blue shade, my tears dry on their own. I wish I could say no regrets and no emotional days. Cause as we kiss goodbye, the sun sets. So we are history, the shadow coming, the sky will fall away. He walked away, the sun goes down. He takes it, but I'm wrong. And in your way, in this blue shade, my tears dry on their own. And in your way, in this blue shade, my tears dry on their own. Okay, I can say hello with this. My tears dry on their own. The screen. I will say hello with face. I don't know what to hide. And then everyone's like, no. Everybody, I hope that you're doing very well today, tonight. With me it's night. With you, I don't know what time it is. We're gonna hang out a little bit and talk a little bit of this and that. I don't want to keep it too long because then I don't prove my point. My point is that people are so full of shit and bullshit. We're gonna check it out right now. Talking about nonsense. They have nothing to talk about. They have nothing to talk about. And they're so pathetic. They're all so pathetic. It is amazing. The patheticness is out of control. And I wondered to myself, how are these people not themselves ashamed? They should be hiding. They should be hiding with their lives, how pathetic they are. But yeah. Anyhow, we will get to that. We will get to that. I don't want to give everything at the very beginning. We have to make the show interesting. Hey, Nadine. Nadine is in the house. This is a great evening. I'm so happy. Hey, Layla as well. I'm so happy to see you guys. Nice to see you. I'm not going to call all of you out now. Anyhow, I personally don't want to show my face. It's not like a beauty, like it's not like you need to see my ugliness. And I had a good day. I worked. And then I went out again. And I don't want to talk about it. But I had a good time. I wish I could talk about it, but I can't. Because you guys are mean, because I have Jessica. Let's put it like this. If Jessica and Messica weren't around, I could talk about it. But because of Jessica and Messica, I can't share my life. Thank you, Sardina. Nice to see you. Because of Jessica and Messica, I cannot share my life. Marge? What happened to Marge? S Jam's cat? Are we talking about Marge, S Jam's cat? What happened to Marge? What happened? Did S Jam's cat pass away? Hey, Dark Salmon, how are the streams? How are the rivers? But what's going on with Marge? The S Jam's cat? Can you please specify? Marge died? Exactly. Someone doesn't know. I don't know. Can you please fill us in? What happened? He was so excited to replace her with a new kitten as well. What? What's going on? Are you guys just trying to invent drama in order to make a story? Because I know that you guys sometimes bait. And I have to smell out when it's reality and when it's baiting. Because I can't imagine that. He's getting a kitten. No, he's not getting a kitten. He's for sure. Hey, I'm not kidding you. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm very serious. I'm very serious. Listen to me. Listen to me. If Esham is getting a kitten, I'm going to book a ticket to Canada. I'm going to go and beat him up. I'm promising you this from the bottom of my heart. Esham, if you get a kitten, I will personally not hesitate and I will find out your address. It's not hard. It's everywhere. And I will come and I will beat your fucking teeth out of your fucking mouth. What do you say about that, S-Jam? What do you say about that, S-Jam? I will beat his... Keeks, I won't beat you up. But you're enabling. If he gets a kitten, I'll pull your hair. I'll pull your hair and I'll knock out some of his teeth. I have no problem in doing that stuff. I've done it before. So this is a promise. This is a promise. Clip it, somebody. Hazelnut, what are you doing? Please clip it. Because I'm promising this. If they get another pet, I will go there. I will go there and I will beat both of them up. I will go there. I will beat both of them up. No doubt about it. Yeah, Keeks got a new job. That's great. But why does Keeks have to get a new job? If you want to know, I told you today that I've been writing with a person in private from YouTube. It's been Keeks. I've been writing with Keeks. But I'm not going to tell you what she wrote me. Because that is going against the whole fucking point of trust. But I don't like what I'm hearing. Keeks, if you're listening to me, I'm sure Keeks is listening. I'm not actually sure about that. I believe the percentage of Keeks listening to my stream is 70%. 30% she doesn't, 70% she does. Keeks, if you're listening, what the fuck are you doing, man? What are you doing? We wrote each other, I told you. What are you doing? What's going on with this? You're getting a new pet? Did I hear right? You're actually going to get a new pet? If you get a new pet, I'm going to come over to your house to give you a visit. I'm going to come over to your house to give you a visit. Why? Because I can and I'm crazy. And nothing can stop me. I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose! Nothing! I'm coming over! Don't even think about getting another kitten. S-Jam, I will knock your teeth out. I will knock your teeth out. So easy, so simple. Boom. It will just take one boom. Your teeth, your dolphin teeth are gone. No shit. Yeah, I'm jet setting around the world, straightening people out because other people don't have anyone to straighten them out. I have to do these duties in life. Hey, Kayame. Hey, Fiend. Andrea. Andrea is my friend also. You know why I like Andrea? Because Andrea is not fake. She doesn't lick my pussy. She doesn't suck up to me. Sometimes when I make a good joke, she compliments me on my good joke. It's exactly how it should be, you know. She doesn't hate me. But, you know, like and I like that. I like when people are sincere. I appreciate sincerity. Sincerity, that's the right word in English. And not fakeness. I can't take superficiality and phoniness, and Andrea's neither of that, so I like her for this. I give out her qualities. Yes. Yeah, Andrea, you're welcome. I give credit where it's due. I'm not an asshole. People make me out to be one, but I don't know why. Let it be. Anyhow, no, we don't even know what, did March die or did March not die? We have no idea. And can somebody please fill us in, because I want to continue with my content, because of course I set up some things for us to watch and comment on. BC little B, garlic bread. I have a little bit of this and that. But if Marge died, I want to focus. I want to focus on Marge. Honestly, Marge is buried in the old neighbor's backyard. How do you know all of this information, Safia? Can you say, can somebody say he said it in the stream? He mentioned it in the stream. Can you say from where you know the information so that we can understand that it is valid? Thank you, Mike, for helping the animals. I always help animals. Twix. Oh. What is happening in the end? Can you please be more specific? This is going nowhere. This discussion about Marge is going nowhere. So if somebody has some evidence about Marge's death, then we can continue this topic, and I will be sorrowing and sad. But for now, I'm going to continue because this is just not funny and it's not entertaining. It is not. Yeah, you say the Marge, blah, blah, blah. You say a lot of things. People on the internet say a lot of things. So I don't trust anything. March isn't dead. She's elsewhere. What am I meant to understand from that? It's really hot. It has become hot. Like this. It's nice. Why is it blinking? You wonder if Dottie attacked? Nobody attacked March. Dottie is not going to attack anyone. Why is it finished now? I charged it yesterday for 3 hours. It just worked 10 minutes. I will write the company immediately. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Now it's not even work. Let's move on. Okay, finish with the camera. We've seen my face. Dun, 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 dun. I think you know. I'm not constipated. I don't need to poop. I pooped today very well in the morning, like I always do. I don't understand why you want to make such a discussion about a natural action that a human being does. You want to make it sound stupid, silly, and childish. Ha ha ha. Everybody poops. Everybody poops. It's not something funny. It's not funny. You're just stupid in your fucking brains because you're fucking immature fucking freaks. That's what's going on. This is all, and that's it. You're so bored that you want to make pooping a joke. Yeah, this is what's happening. This is it. What's happening? Okay, finish with this. Let's move on. Look at this. Look at this, people. No, I want to talk about them after, but we can a little bit now.
I said, I love potato, campaign box, your Z, worst of the internet today.
In the end, I don't want to listen to them. All I want to say is that these people are such losers. They have nothing to do. They have no content. They don't show their face. Only Dashton Dancer. I like Dashton Dancer. Actually, I don't know why, because I'm crazy. Dashton Dancer shows himself, and the guy's a freak as well. But the thing is that, he shows himself. These people don't show themselves. They don't make content. They just want to come and blab shit online. And I'm like, don't you realize how pathetic you are? Like, at the end of the day, do you not see and understand how pathetic you are? You're coming online to do what? To speak what? Just to speak in order to speak? Speaking from the mirror, man. Make content. Don't come with your paneling and all that bullshit. What is your point? Make content. That's what the whole fucking YouTube is for. Platform for content, not for bullshitting. You guys are full of bullshit. You're bullshitters and bored fucking people and losers in your lives. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing shit like this. You'd be making content like me. Like me. Yeah, I'm the coolest in the world. I am, and I don't care what other people say. Look at these losers. Don't even listen to. We move on to the next. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
To Rosie, Stefan's
Little
response
B,
to
please give her like because she's giving us a resume about what Rosie has been doing. Because me, I don't watch Rosie, and in the end, Nikki T, I don't know. I cannot watch the long panels. I don't have the time for it, guys. I can hardly keep. Let's put it down. If you know me, you know me. I hardly have time to watch Foodie Beauty anymore. So if I don't have time to watch Foodie Beauty, of course I'm not going to be watching Rosie. You know what I mean? If I don't have time for Foodie Beauty to watch her, I surely don't have time for Rosie. So I watch this busy little bee, and she always makes very good resume like videos. I love her content. I really want you to go and like her channel and subscribe and give her a like for her videos. I like Busy Little Bee very much.
Rosie being in the documentary and some screenshots, and then we'll be going over Rosie's live from when she went live at 3:00 in the morning on Sunday morning. There's a lot to go over.
Hey, pause.
So let's get started.
And I'm sorry, but what is Rosie doing in there? Like, I don't even think she's been to that house. Did she even go there? I don't watch the Rosie lady, but she's technically part of Gore World, so peripherally I hear about her sometimes, but that's about it. So, anyways, quit your crying and take ownership of your own life, Rosie.
Look,
okay, I already kind of covered this, but doesn't matter. We can cover it again. The thing is, Food Beauty deleted this video, and other people, of course, got it. And now Busy Little Bee got it too. But don't you appreciate Busy Little Bee that she always makes nice imagery in the background? I find this so positive. It shows me that Busy Little Bee is a good person. This shows me that Busy Little Bee is a good person. She always puts nice imagery in the background of this toxic crap. I love Busy Little Bee. Maybe I should write her an email. I was thinking also the other day, honestly, not the other day. I was thinking 3 days ago exactly. I even remember. I was thinking that I have not paid attention to my friend Breezy in a long time. I have not had the time. I don't even know what she's doing on her channel anymore. And I've completely lost touch with her. And I was thinking maybe I should, rekindle. That's what they call it, rekindle. So I was thinking, an email or something.
Can't stand Foodie Beauty, and I normally don't watch her, but even a broken clock is right twice a day, and she's dead on, in my opinion. If you saw my community tab post, Stefan commented
Listen.
on the trailer, and I'll put it up here. You can read it for yourself.
Yeah. Check this out, because I don't know why Rosie was saying that she has to do with this big documentary. I don't know why she was faking that shit. Keep in mind that I also was in a live show, and I was not faking it, but I was not even talking about it. I showed a little bit, the other day, because I promised people, but I don't talk about that reality show. But this is weird, in the end. I don't know, was she faking it? Like, in the end, yeah, this is what she was doing. But what was wrong with her in her mind? Did Rosie think that people are not going to discover that she's faking it? Did she think that people are not going to go after it and to investigate? This is what wonders, because she knows the capabilities and the power of the internet and the trolls and the people and Kiwi farms and all that. She should not have lied about something like this. So that's why I'm so confused, because she should have known this is going to come out so easy peasy.
Basically saying he had no association with Rosie. So Rosie goes to her Instagram stories and posts receipts of these DMs that we're going to take a look at.
Hey, Greg.
In my opinion, she says that she saw him on.
Are you not streaming, or you're still streaming? And while you're streaming, you're also in my stream, and you're multitasking, which means that you're not a good streamer, because a good streamer doesn't abandon their stream and multitasks. So make it make sense, Greg Lyric. You fucking moron. You're a fucking kid. You're a fucking kid. And all you do is you just sit there. You have nothing to do and panel, and you want to be cool. And because nothing's going on in girl world, and you have losers like Hussy and Vidal that need attention, because they're all attention thirsty freaks and they have no content. Oh my God. And you're just picking up these parasites and just talking about nothing with them, and you consider yourself an entertainer, or that you're creating content. You're doing neither. You're neither creating content nor you're an entertainer. You're fucking asshole kid loser. Go and check yourself mentally, you freak.
On TikTok. So I think she reached out to him on TikTok, and that's where all this started. But on November 12th, 2020 at 3:35 p.m., he says hi.
Not making content, not doing anything, just being there. Hey, I want to beef and I want to be cool. And some people are using you as their crutch. Hussy is using you as his crutch, and so is Pistachio, because they need some kind of crutch, sidekick crutch. And you're a good option for that, Greg Lyric, because you're so malleable. That's a good word in English, malleable. Influenceable. And in the end, what are you out for? To make good content yourself? No. For what are you out for? But what's your point, dude? You have no fucking point. You're a fucking loser. Get a life. And don't comment about me. You don't deserve to even take my name in your mouth, kid.
Hey there. I'm currently
fucking punk with a dick. There's a lot of men that got dicks going on.
Based in Omaha, but I'd love to come visit sometime and see Vegas for the first time. I want to go to the poly BBW party scene out there. And he responds and says, there isn't much of a poly BBW scene here, unfortunately, other than my house. Ha ha ha. You've never been to Vegas? Oh, that should be changed. And that's what she shows us. Then she shows us this one. And I think that there is a lot missing in the in-between. But let's take a look at the next receipt, as she calls it. So this is later that day. We have no idea what she said before this, but he said, should be, yeah, I'm in video chat right now on my server, and then gives her a link to the Discord. She said, I was in that fuck ass server with hearts. Like, what? I don't know how she thinks this is an own, because it just makes her look desperate and thirsty for him. And it seems like he maybe didn't take her up on the offer or something. I don't know. But let's go ahead and listen to what Stefan has to say. Now, remember, this guy is a creep. I am not on his side. However, what he says about Rosie, I think is spot on.
Couldn't have found anybody more invalid than her. I think they only put her on there for drama.
This is the interesting part. But before I want to show you what I have. Yay! I have ice cream. I got myself ice cream. Isn't that good for me? I got myself the flavor hazelnut. How nice. But now it's too hard. I can't eat it yet. You see, you can't even just do like this. I have to wait. Nothing happened. We continue.
Lover roles, quirky lover roles is the definition of drama and controversy.
Anyways,
She's never been here. No, Jeff. I've never had any contact with her. She joined my Discord way back in the day.
Plastic spoon.
And she proudly posted the 3 messages.
The real spoon.
The 3 messages that we exchanged that were about getting her registered for the Discord. I know nothing about that girl. Luckily, she's never flirted with me. Because, oh my God, if we would have, I'm telling you this in public right now, public service announcement. If quirky lover roles would have ever came to Paradise, I guarantee.
Number 1, I believe this guy is German from the accent. Wait, I want to check that I'm off camera. Yeah, I am. I don't want to have myself on camera all the time. So, this guy is seems German, but it's so perverted. But in the end, he's not doing anything bad. He just, he didn't do anything bad. He's just a freak. But he didn't abuse anyone. You know what I mean? But a freak. But it's just weird how freaks can talk like this today and so openly. It's just, for me, so strange. The way the world has developed and the way that we have living today is just, for me, it's just not cool. This is just weird for me. I'm not saying I have anything against the guy. I'm not saying anything against the guy. Not at all. I'm just saying it's weird.
It's
weird how he comfortably talks about this. This is exactly my point. It is weird how comfortably or comfortably, I don't know how you say correctly in English. Comfortably, he speaks about it.
There would be allegations and drama. That girl, she is a classic, like she's not playing with the full deck. And it's a classic example of somebody that you should never let into your close circle. Somebody that will try to come up with all sorts of bullshit if she doesn't get what she wants. Those are the people that are the problem, that have been the problem in Paradise. Inviting people here without fully knowing, she's a perpetual victim, exactly. Without knowing them was definitely a mistake.
So that was his statement on Rosie. Now let's go ahead and look at her.
Well, you see, the guy commented because, of course, it was a big deal. But in the end, she had nothing to do with that show. It's weird. I checked her stream, the last one she made, to see if she, but I can't watch it all. I don't have the time, guys. And I don't go on Twitter. And I don't go really on Discord. So kind of, like I'm lost. And I kind of accept it. I don't want to be inside anymore. But I lost the information. But I was wondering if she commented on this guy reacting on her. Was she thinking that she was going to get away with this lie? This Rosie, was she thinking she will get away with this lie? Or what? This is embarrassing. Did she comment on it or not? I don't know. I can't give you information. I'm sorry.
Live stream from early Sunday morning, about 3 a.m. Since Rosie speaks so slowly, I got her at 1.25 speed.
But I need to clean my kitchen, and my sleep schedule's been fucking wackadoo.
Hey, Block Party.
Even if I'm just yapping.
Party. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad that you always keep your style, and you're smart and all that. You're so elegant, and charming and slick in the same way. You're very, really, wow. Do you hear that other people are also saying that you're looking good? Today I heard other people also talking about you, that they fancy you.
myself. I just want to be live while I do this. I've been really struggling with my sleep. I thought that I was getting more out of the hypomanic stuff. I thought, and I actually am, which is, lame, but I'm less symptomatic than I was, which is why I thought I was like doing a lot better.
Does anyone remember her talking about being hypomanic before she met Remy? I'm starting to think that maybe.
You see how nice Busy Little Bee is, that she puts these nice goats in the background as while she talks? Don't you find that wonderful? It reminds me of Austria. Maybe I should invite Busy Little Bee to Vienna. Maybe she wants to come because I can show her these kind of sceneries.
Something he goes through that she's trying to relate to. I just hadn't heard her talk about it before very recently.
We talked for a good bit. He's asleep like a normal person. Okay.
If you weren't watching that clip, I implore you to go back and do so. She laughs and immediately her face goes down. Like, it was so incredibly fake.
I also want to write down the stuff in the fridge that needs to get used up.
Rosie says she's inventorying her refrigerator, freezer, and deep freeze because of her memory problems. And I just kept thinking, you can't get up and go look and see what the fuck you have.
Also, the past day or so, I've kind of been beefing with Stefan a little bit, and that was unexpected. Not as unexpected as it should have been, but I think some of the stories have already expired, but I've saved them, and pretty sure I'll be making a YouTube video about it because that man's a fucking narcissistic liar, and he's wild for it. And I have some shit I want to say. Right now, I'm procrastinating cleaning because that's what I do here. I didn't reach out to Stefan, he reached out to me. I shared screenshots, babe.
Yeah, but later.
Hey, look, she's addressing it.
Later, you tell us you found him on TikTok, so I think you reached out to him first, regardless of the screenshots or what they show or don't show. I think that you reached out to him first, maybe while he was live, and told him to DM you. Speculation?
We started talking in, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty confident I found him on TikTok pre-allegation. And that's
She's
how
such a liar. She's such a liar. But I'm glad that Busy Little Bee's report. Please, everybody, give her Busy Little Bee a like. I'm glad she reported because I was just asking, did she address it? And now she is.
I didn't.
So now I'm discovering it with you together
because he's fucking weird. I did express interest in potentially going to Vegas at that time. It was 2020.
Interest. She's trying to twist it around. Look at her face. Look at how I stopped the video. Look at her face. She's such a liar, manipulative, childish liar. I'm glad she got herself into trouble with these lies. But at the same time, I wonder how she thought that they would never be discovered, knowing how the internet works. You know what I mean?
6 years ago. That was before I broke my foot. That was before everything happened in Omaha that led to my breakup to moving to Florida. That was before so much shit came to light for me.
It was also, according to you, about 7 or 8 months after you claim you were SA'd by someone that the cops didn't want to investigate because of COVID. Because that's not a thing. I think Rosie wants people to think she's changed, and she's the epitome of talking the talk and not walking the walk.
Because FB is fucking fuming, I guess. I don't know. All I saw was when she first started talking shit, someone came to me and was like, she's calling you idiot. I was like, what the fuck did I do? And I go and I look because I got nosy. And I the first thing she said is, Rosie's on HBO Max? And I was like, that's it. That's it. That's it.
Is it possible that Foodie Beauty is jealous? Hell yeah, it is. That doesn't make her points not valid. She was right about Rosie.
It's true. It's true. This Rosie, I can't stand her. I really can't stand her. She's so obnoxious. Foodie Beauty is also can be obnoxious. I agree. But this Rosie is just so obnoxious.
I've seen multiple comments of people being like, actually, I'm not going to say that. That's never mind. Okay.
Rosie, I thought you weren't reading comments. What happened? Oh, you almost told on yourself.
It made me feel like...
Why are you attacking Keeks? Leave her alone.
Because I grew up feeling like I was in a constant state of being gaslit. And I didn't understand that until my adulthood. And it was just because I knew something was wrong. But everyone was telling me I was fine. And that I was the problem. And that just wasn't true. And then there's the whole me believing and me knowing that I'm undiagnosed autistic, and that aspect of my childhood that I had to come to grips with back in 2020, 2021, and that I've been working on over the years, and coming to grips with that has helped me become a better version of myself. The invalidation is crazy. Because if you don't understand the nuance of American healthcare and you don't understand the nuance of being an autistic woman, and especially my age group,
she's not
or older.
autistic. I hate.
I don't want to have a conversation with you about it, to be real.
Autistic.
Many of us do understand
She's
those.
not autistic. She has no trait. That's the thing. What I hate about her, she thinks that people are all stupid. She has no how you call it? Now I'm stupid because I don't know the right word that I want to use. She has no trait or symptoms or outings of being an autistic person. You know, she doesn't have any characteristics of an autistic person. None, not even one.
Nuances, but we still don't believe you because no specialist is going to tell someone, come back in 6 months and we'll see if you can be diagnosed then. That's not logical. You're not going to be more autistic in 6 months than you are today.
Right. That's
no
100%
healthcare professional is going to even allude to that.
The man that I talked about in my We're All Insane podcast interview, the man that cyber stalked me until 2021.
Why does a person, I ask you also, but honestly, sometimes I also went on camera with not being looking great. But she is showing herself voluntarily. Me, when I went and I looked like shit, I did it by mistake, you can say, you know, by drunkenness or by mistake, not because I was aware. Why does she show herself with the hair like that? What's so hard, you know, before you go to stream? What's so hard to... It's not like she doesn't have time. What's so hard to take a shower 30 minutes and wash your hair, man? You know, like, it's so weird for me.
He profiled me as being autistic before.
What does she expect people to
I was
see?
aware.
She knows she can see herself in the mirror. She knows how she looks on video. She knows that her hair looks like shit and greasy, and she doesn't do anything about it. What does she think that other people think about her? It's just common sense. She's stupid or ignorant, or I have no... in denial or delusional. I don't know.
That I was autistic. And he used that to neg me all the time. All the time. And so for a long time, I would not accept that possibility. And as time went on, I started
messy.
Like coming to some realizations. I started doing a lot of research, reading a lot of research articles, taking a lot of different tests. I spent about a part of a year listening to other people's experiences, talking with my therapist about it. I didn't just watch a few TikToks and decide I was autistic. I know a lot of people love to push that narrative on people. That is not what happened with me. Coming to terms, I'm sorry if I cry. Coming to terms with realizing that I'm autistic was one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
She just claimed in that sentence alone that she's autistic.
Yeah.
And sorry if I cry, and she's trying to work up tears. This is so fucking performative.
I know, it's just awful.
She's so performative.
It's awful for me. It's pathetic, you know, but if people like Busy Little B can identify it, you know, it's really, really cringe. It's cringe.
Just wait, it gets better.
It helped my childhood make sense. It helped me to stop trying so hard to make other people happy, to make other people see me in certain ways. It made me realize how I can be truly authentic to myself. And it made me find a peace that I'd never had before I came to that realization.
It's so cringe and so fake. Like, I want to slap her face, man. I want to slap her face. It's like, I can't... You know, like when you have little children, or when you were a kid, or little children, you know, like, yeah, you're a kid, you know, like... But when you're a grown up and you talk like this and act like this, it's just unbearable. Look at her hand. She's just unbearable. You just want to slap that face, man. It is what it is. Sorry. I have no other emotion for her but wanting to slap her.
It helped me heal aspects of my childhood that I was not able to prior.
You done lost your damn mind.
I'm trying to learn not to care
Hey, Rocky.
about other people's opinions of the validity of my trauma.
You claimed long ago you didn't care about anybody's opinion on anything about you. You said that a lot. You said you don't read comments, and you just told on yourself earlier that you do.
The psychologist said to me was, you are probably autistic, but not autistic enough for us to diagnose you at this time. Come back in 6 months and we can try again.
Now, does that sound
No,
logical to
not
any
at all.
grown adult?
No.
I don't think that sounds logical in the least.
I have never claimed to be diagnosed autistic at any time. You will never find a clip of that happening. Anyone saying that is lying. I've always used the terms either self-diagnosed or, once I found the better term, self-determined, because I'm not a fucking doctor and I prefer that term. I've always stated to be that self-determined autistic.
These are Rosie's DMs with Zachary
Well,
Michael.
so bad
She says, I'm really bad at
education,
editing long-form content and struggling to teach myself that part. I have PTSD, ADHD, autism. There may not be a clip, but there certainly are DMs.
I'm not diagnosed. I didn't get the luxury of that as a child. I didn't get to know that about myself. I didn't get to be accommodated.
It's weird, though, that her brother was diagnosed. And
So weird. All these people, that I'm sure that I have a lot of issues happening with me. But honestly, sometimes I think that I'm just too excellent. Honestly, the thing is that I know that I have a lot of issues. I have alcoholism. I have some borderline issues going on, borderline personality. Addiction matters. But these people, they want so badly, to be like sick, a victim. I'm a victim. Like SJAM, oh, let's measure my insulin and I'm a victim and I have to take my pill. It's so awful, man. This is the thing. I know that I have issues, but I'm not taking any medication. I'm just living life with the issues that I've got. I'm aware of them, but I'm not, playing victim, and now focusing on them. I'm trying to heal myself by thinking of positive things that can help me, not by focusing on a problem that I cannot solve. I'm trying to focus on, but I deal like that. That's the way I deal with it. I'm not saying everyone should deal with it. With it the way I would. Not everyone shall deal or can deal with it the way I do, but I believe that people should not pretend to be a victim and I have autism and I have this and I have this and that. There's too much of that going on.
And accommodated as a child. With her mom having a degree in psychology, I think that her mom also having experience with an autistic child would recognize it in another
I
child.
don't care.
That's what's so
about the
disgusting
speed of
about the
Greg.
ableist narrative that I'm.
Greg is looking for attention. Greg is looking for content. Greg is looking for, you see everybody, it's just so pathetic. I don't want to have anything to do with pathetic people. That's just me. I won't have to do with any pathetic people. And for me, it's pathetic. Greg, if you hear me, you're pathetic as fuck. What are you streaming about for hours and hours? Make some timestamps, make some content, do some editing, you fucking freak. Make a good thumbnail, not using AI. Create it yourself, you fucking asshole, you lazy piece of shit.
Lying about being autistic. It's fucking
Entertainer
atrocious.
my ass.
Yeah, so basically I was highlighting the things I related to. The experiences I had also
Go
experienced.
become a porno star.
The
with
feelings
your
I had also
dick.
experienced.
Stop wasting it behind the screen.
The things that aligned with me. I could go on. Oh no! Oh no! I don't dog ear my dog. I don't dog ear my books. That was an accident. Oh no!
The way she was so smug, like that proves anything.
Great, the ice cream is
Stop
great.
it.
Thank you for asking me. The ice cream I'm enjoying it very much. I'm happy I got myself the ice cream. I didn't eat much today. I got myself some food, but I didn't eat. I didn't attack it. Because then I got a car to have a drink. I went for the drink and I don't regret going for that drink. It was a nice drink. So yeah, I had a good day. Work, went to the Danube on my own, hung out with you, streamed. Came home, did a little bit of the cleaning for a fucking roommate to return. And then I got a fucking call to I got a call to go fuck and something like that.
When I was demonetized, I removed everything health related. That's what I was just saying. And that included the autism assessment because it was health related. So you think I have anger issues?
Erin, go to the gelato
No.
place.
One of the compilations I'm working on is her being angry and her being rude to the chat. I think she has anger issues personally.
There was a point where I was really struggling in school. They wanted to put me in special ed, and I remember my mom asked me about it, and I freaked out, and because I was so scared. I was scared.
I'm so happy I got
too loud for you since I've been out here? Okay, I'll put it down. All right, thank you. I knew you were.
Yeah, if it got on,
Spoiler
I don't know
alert,
if I
she
can
gets
do it.
louder.
I know, you guys. I don't know how it will be. It's not gonna be an eviction. He's gonna have to move, slowly as to find his place. And then he doesn't have a lot of shit here. But it's not gonna be like fast and in one moment. But it will happen. You'll hear about it. As you hear about everything else in my life.
She really does not respect her brother, and he's the only one in the house who works.
And I mean, I passed it first try. Like, honestly, I remember being surprised at how easy the GED was. Because for me, it wasn't about the coursework. It was about,
what do you mean tubing?
Like, how much I was bullied in school and like all that stuff, which I don't talk about nearly as much as I did in like my early 20s because I'm well past it.
He's not gonna
They're not going to put you in special ed if
I cannot do it. He's not going to stay a long time, and be sure about that. I'm going to make it very clear. I understand that I cannot tell him, move, in a few days. I understand I cannot say 1 week, but it's been, like I can say in 2 weeks, like you should manage. Let's put it like that. I'm not expecting anything. Month June, all right, with Goran, roommate. But month July, on the 1st of July, I don't expect him to be here. Let's put it like that. If you want to know what I have in my brain, that's how I have it in my brain. I hope mid-June he's gone. If not mid-June, end of June. July, I'm not and I'll probably tell him that, like, also. I'll probably tell him, I'm just going to lie, and I'm going to say 1st of July, I have somebody visiting me, so it is what it is. I'll tell him Foodie Beauty is visiting me. Yes. I'll tell him exactly like that. I'll use Foodie Beauty as my alibi.
If you're having problems only because of bullying, that would mean that you are having a hard time learning or retaining the knowledge that you are given.
There was a point where I genuinely believed I could see sound. All right? Like,
I said for months.
There was a point where I genuinely believed.
But in the end, he was in his country. Didn't you see me that I was living alone? Month March, he came for a few days. Month April, he came a week. And so he didn't really bother me. He was here, but not really here. And that's why I asked him this time when he said he's coming home. He's coming home. He said, I will be in the apartment. That's how he said. I will be in the apartment. And I said, when you're going to come back to the apartment, you're going to come back again a few days, a week, or for a longer time. And he said, no, I'm coming back this time for a longer time. And I said, well, then you got to find yourself a flat. And he answered without hesitation, yes, I know. So there's no worries about it.
I had, what's it called? Synesthesia, because I was experiencing psychosis.
Now watch when she's putting her ice in her cup. She drops a piece and she just leaves that shit there on the floor.
I've lost a lot of people
in
my life because I was out of my fucking mind.
Wouldn't that? But I don't even think Foodie will do that. Maybe she will do it. It's not like she's doing a crime. But that's not a bad idea, honestly, with the cameo. But I don't think Foodie will do it because then I don't think foodie will do it. But it's not a bad idea. Honestly, that's a very good idea, man. That's a very good idea.
That's one of the reasons why I like THC, because it not only helps with my pain, but it does help with my mental health. I am careful with THC though, because I feel like if I do it, because I haven't done it in like at least a couple days.
I don't know why.
If you're prone to bouts of psychosis, THC should not be in your life at all.
I'm crazy. It's so
It
weird.
has a potential to make the psychosis worse or to even cause psychosis.
So I'm doing this to help my memory, because I forget what I have sometimes, and I just get overwhelmed easily, depending on my mental state some days. So I just want to have something I can easily look at and reference.
I mean, the refrigerator's right there. You could look in that for reference. In this next clip, Rosie shows us her deep freeze, and you can see mold on the lining of it. And there's just so much crap inside. That's why I included it, just because it has so many unhealthy foods in it, and it's so stacked full.
My mom never ate that Edward's pie. So there's just like random shit in here. I'm about to inventory a little bit. So I'm actually gonna take that with me. This was a straggler.
Isn't that
Oh, I
weird?
have those Dove ice creams I need to eat.
Let's inspect this. Isn't that strange? Why would you have so much food, man?
Full.
So
Look what you have in here. Tray behind. What are all these trays, man? It's so unhealthy. It looks so
I'm actually gonna take
trashy.
that with me. This was a straggler. Oh, I got those Dove ice creams I need to eat.
That Dove ice cream is really good for your health. Good for that good old diabetes.
I don't know what to do with the dressing, and I don't eat oil-based dressings. I eat like honey mustard or creamy dressings, because texture-wise, I can't do vinaigrettes unless it's like a raspberry or strawberry vinaigrette.
Maybe I just don't know enough, but I would think that strawberry or raspberry vinaigrettes have the same texture as a regular vinaigrette. No? Am I wrong?
I'm gonna write down the most important stuff in the refrigerator. I'm gonna be real. We inventoried the fridge and both freezers, and I did the dishes. It took me about an hour to do the dishes because I was yapping and oversharing like a motherfucker.
It's a good thing she quieted down for Levi, right? She's so loud.
Could you imagine like using AI to like make pictures of yourself with other people that like, or like your partner, or like someone you want to date, or like AI boyfriends and shit?
You have to keep in mind these people, they're forced, like S-Jam and Rosie, you know? They're forced to make content. They have to talk about something because they don't want to actually put in time, you know, to make good content, but they have to appear on camera and talk about, and they just ramble nonsense. They literally ramble nonsense.
Look, I know what it's like to
talk about anything.
be crazy. That's probably not the best way of wording it, but I know what it's like to be out of your fucking mind, and I've never been that out of my mind. Motherfucker, get over here. Okay, cheers.
I ate all the ice cream.
I just dropped some.
I ate all the ice cream, and I was saying that I'm gonna leave half for tomorrow. I didn't leave half for tomorrow. I ate all of it. Whatever, fuck it. Doesn't matter. I walked a lot yesterday and I walked a lot today, and I didn't eat a lot of food, so I'm not gonna make myself feel guilty about it. But I was not expecting that I'm gonna eat the whole fucking ice cream. It is what it is now.
Thank you for letting me know. I don't see it, but I'll check when I stand up.
Yes, she was in fact eating popcorn with a Built Bar in it with chopsticks. She sure was. And I guarantee you she will not be looking for that popcorn.
That's the thing, you know, like, I don't know if you're grown up. I can't imagine, like, I just can't imagine that. If I were a kid, yeah, my grandmother would give me food and make food for me. If I go visit my grandmother, of course, but if I'm a grown-up adult, for my grandmother to make food for me is out of not normal. It's like, why? Why am I putting an old person, to work when I can, or somebody else? Why am I putting someone else to work when I can be doing that myself? I'm a grown-up woman.
Will be stepping in the water that was once that piece of ice that fell. So that's pretty much the wrap up on Rosie's weekend. It was full of drama as per usual. She was seeking attention as per usual. Yeah, that's about it.
Goran's coming around. We're going to be eating packet soups again pretty soon. Don't worry. Because I don't want to spend a lot of time because I don't like spending time in the kitchen. When Goran is around, then I just stay in my bedroom. I just go and pee, shower, and I go very rare in the kitchen. Because I have to pass by, the living room. It's like my apartment is long, so it's my bedroom, and then I have to walk through the living room, and then I am at the bathroom and kitchen area. So I always have to pass him by, and I just don't like it. So yeah, packet soup time. I go heat up some water, throw in the packet soup, and then retreat to my bedroom. That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to tell him also. I'm going to tell him, dude, man, I just can't. I'm really going to tell him I can't live. We can't live like this. We just can't. It was what it was. I was not sure about my situation. You were also not really looking for a place. And I got that. I didn't push you out. I wasn't sure. But now, since now we're in the summertime has come. And since the springtime, I told you that I'm not leaving. I'm staying. So now summertime, you gotta move out. We can't live like this. I'm gonna tell him I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I really can't do it. I'm dreading the day for him to come back. I'm really dreading it. I'm dreading it with all of my heart, guys. You don't even understand how much I'm dreading it. He's coming in the morning, and he comes inside the apartment. And then he, he's not loud or anything. And he knows that I'm sleeping, but of course I'm not sleeping. I wake up, but I keep quiet. And then he takes a rest, and then, he waits for me to wake up. And then when I'm awake, then he comes and he bombards me. And he bombards me with, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that on the news? And Putin and Trump, and what did you do with the apartment, and and this. I just don't feel like it, but I gotta deal with it. It is what it is. I'm not forced to it, but I already know how it's gonna go. I just told you how it's gonna go. Look at this. This is one. Nikki T made this, and she says, "Hi there." And Nikki T, I'm really frustrated. This video clip frustrated me because it shows Stefan and what he says about Rosie. But I don't know why Nikki T put this fucking fat woman. Why did you not blur her out, man, Nikki T? Was it not possible to blur this fatto out? She's annoying and she's disrupting the video. I don't want to pay attention to her. I don't know her. I don't care for her. I just care about Stefan, that guy from the Paradise.
I'm currently based in Omaha, but I'd love to come visit sometime and see Vegas full time. I want to go to the poly BBW party scene out there, right? And I said, there isn't much of a poly BBW scene here, unfortunately, other than at my house. If you've never been to Vegas, that should be changed. So, somebody is adding me. She must have apparently, texted me on TikTok before, because how else would she have had how else would she have found me here and added me, right? So she says, my friend goes out to Vegas for those parties. He's based in Kentucky, so maybe invite only things. I met him in Georgia. He traveled the country before COVID. I hope to go with him to Vegas someday, but those lives looked fun. Yes, I've never been. Dying to try the grill and buffers too.
The Heart Attack Grill's closed.
I need more information on the BBW events.
The Heart Attack Grill's disgusting.
Right?
No, it doesn't look like S-Jam.
So she says, I have a boyfriend, but I'm poly and date openly. I don't know much about Vegas, but I do know a lot about Georgia. and that scene was toxic and awful. I left and will never come back.
Freaking love
I
Rosie's
said,
Polly?
oh, yeah, the heart attack rule is fun. And then I said, how tall are you and how big? I hope that question doesn't offend you. I'm 6'1" and 205. But I always, there was a time, I always asked everybody, you should have seen the pictures for the pictures that she sent me. So I was like, yeah, she looks cute. So she tells me, right? She was like, but before it got toxic, it was fun. Not at all. 5'6" and 5'32". So she tells me that stuff, right? I said, oh, nice and fluffy, right? Nothing wrong with it. And then she says, I'm Rosie Jade on Phoebe. If you want to follow me, thanks. I'm also
This is a one shoulder. It has only one thing.
I said, oh, nice.
You see, I don't understand why this woman is talking in the background, this one. She's not Rosie. I don't know what her relevance is, but I don't care. But she's annoying me because I want to pay attention to the guy only.
Sure. I followed you on Phoebe.
It's only you.
And then she says, thank you. And then she says, can we voice chat sometime to get to know each other?
This was going to be hot.
All right. Well, you wanted to get to know me. And I said, oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be hot.
And then she said, awesome. Will you be free later? And I said, should be, yeah.
I'm not going to be able to use this.
And I gave her the link. I gave her the all this before she had just added me as a friend. Now I gave her the Discord link to join in my Discord community.
Link, which by now is invalid because this is 6 years ago. And then I said, I can help you with the verification if that helps. On my server, we verify everybody, so there are 0 trolls and all just awesome people.
Community.
Link, which by now is invalid because this is 6 years ago. And then
Okay, you say that if I look at the chat, I'll see Rosie in the chat. Okay, I have to be more attentive. Wow, thanks for making me aware. I appreciate.
And I said, I can help you with the verification if that helps. On my server, we verify everybody, so there are 0 trolls and all just awesome people. And then she says, yes, how do I get verified?
Pause.
And then I said, super easy.
Look, you made me make it disappear because you pissed me off. I don't have time anymore, pause. Be happy that I appear at all. Wait. Oh my God.
Because I couldn't even. Hey guys, I thought I would tell you something that just happened, and before I forget the event, right? Which my 60-year-old mind might do that. I wanted to tell you guys about this because I couldn't even believe it, right? So I was waiting for my Amazon delivery, right? And all I was getting was milk. I was getting 6 quarts of milk because I was down to 2. And I was also getting those single espresso packs, which I like,
I
right?
love Sam.
I want to make a quick, strong coffee. I have those espresso singles.
I don't know why he has these problems, He has problems of starvation, problems that he doesn't have. Because I think he's autistic also a little bit, and he wants his routine. So he gets, the orange juice. How to say, me, for example, I don't mind if there's times where I don't have, honestly, there's nothing that I really need all the time. I can always do without something. I don't need something all the time. I remember when I was younger, I'm not going to deny, when I was younger, I was different. I needed all the time to have my medications, like my medicine bag. Now I don't care if I have medicine or not. And just, yeah. But he's very fixated on having things,
So I got a package of those, right? So those are the 2 things I had coming in. So I figured I'd be waiting outside because I looked up my, my order, and it says you're like 2 stops away. You know how they do that on the app? So I looked outside and I was like, oh, let me wait for him, right? Let me wait for him so he doesn't have to carry it all the way to the house. I'll carry it into the house with him, for him. And because it's a heavy item, right? So I see the guy and he's walking around the neighborhood. He went across the street, then he went to my neighbor over here, then he went to my neighbor over here. And then he finally gets to me and I realize that he has this cart on wheels, right? The cart on wheels. It's like an orange cart. It says it's like a basket, but it's on wheels, right? So he comes to me and I said to him, I said, wow. I said, you're doing a lot of deliveries in this area. I said, thank goodness they give you this cart, this thing to like move around the items because some of the items are heavy, like the milk, right? Otherwise, you'd have to go back to the truck and go back and carry and, and do that without the basket. And it's really cool. It's like a basket on wheels. It's like a big basket. I'm sure you've seen them that the guys the guys use to deliver the stuff. So he goes, what are you talking about, sir? He goes, I had to buy that. I went, what? I go, no, I'm talking about the basket. He goes, yeah, I know. He goes, I had to buy that. He goes, they don't give us that. I said, wow.
Yeah.
I said, a multi-billion-dollar company, they don't even give them the basket to help it easier for them to like go from house to house, right? They have to carry, if they don't buy that basket, they have to carry each item
ridiculous,
individually to and from the house. So I didn't even ask him how much it was, right? It could have been $100. Who even knows, right?
Yeah.
But I was shocked about that. I was really shocked. That just goes to show you how America is, like how the businesses and corporations are. They
America's
don't give
very,
a fuck
very greedy
about their workers. They don't.
America
They don't care.
is very
That's almost
greedy.
as bad as what I heard about UPS a while ago.
America is a very greedy nation. It's very, very sad. How can internet cost you over $100? I just made a new internet contract and it's cost me 28 euros, which is $30 a month. And they're giving me 6 months for free just because I'm making the contract. 6 months for half a year for free internet. And then I'll start paying $30 a month. Like, what is wrong with America? Like, America's so fucked up. I'm so glad Jessica Messica's living there because she deserves.
Many, many, many years ago, I had when I was working, the same UPS driver used to pick up for us, right? The same UPS driver used to pick up from our business. So when we closed before we closed, we had to ship out all the items, right, for that day. And he came around 5:30. Sometimes he came 6. Depends on when he came, right? Depends how busy he was. And we knew the guy. The guy's name was Tom, right? The guy's name was Tom. So I used to say to him on a hot day, he goes, oh, wow, it's hot. He goes, can I have a drink of water? So I said, sure, Tom. I said, wow. I said, didn't you put your air conditioner? Was the air conditioner broken? In the truck, meaning the UPS truck. He turns around to me and goes, Sam, what are you talking about? I go, the air conditioners are broken in the truck. He goes, there's no air conditioner in the truck. They don't give us air conditioners in that truck. I said, so let me understand this. You're sitting in the summer, in a tin can practically, baking. He goes, well, we can open the window. That's a little bit of a relief. I go, you have no air conditioning. He goes, you can look. He goes, there's no air.
Because of Jessica Messica. She made you live there.
Air conditioner in that truck. I was, wow, UPS. So, like, it didn't really shock me about this Amazon event. It really honestly didn't shock me because companies in general don't give a crap about the workers. They don't care if you're a UPS driver. You could split your balls off. They don't care if you're a Amazon delivery guy. You can just keep going back and forth from the truck to the truck, from the truck to the truck. And he had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deliveries that I saw just on my block. Just on my block, I saw 5 deliveries. So if he wouldn't have had that little cart, he would have had to get in and out of the truck 5 times and carry everything individually instead of, putting everything in the basket and do it. He has to buy that himself. I just thought it's interesting. I don't know. That amazed me.
Yeah,
that pretty much amazed me.
Yeah.
I really thought they give that away to them.
Yeah.
They give it to them on the truck, like, as a help thing.
Right. It costs them nothing. They can order, I don't know how many hundreds of pieces from China or even 1,000 of pieces and give it to all their employees or whatever you call, collaborators. It really assholes, just America kind of shit. It really is America kind of shit. Also, everybody was like, the health insurance is so great in America. And I was like, oh, yeah, I have that at least from Steve. And I went and they gave me all these stupid, they didn't even know what they were giving me. They were giving me all these crappy antidepressants. until something worked for me. It took like over a year, and I was taking crap. And then they were like, and all the time they were like referring me, you have to go there, and everywhere I would go, it's like more money. It's just the fucking mafia. And in the end, you don't even get medication or something. Like, until they prescribe you something, they're gonna dry you out from thousands of dollars from insurance and your private money until they prescribe you some medicine. So fuck that shit, like, it's just bullshit. It is what it is. Sorry, guys. But with the dentist, I'm not gonna complain, but all the rest sucks.
You don't get that as a help to deliver the packages. You have to buy that if you're a delivery driver. Anyway, I thought I'd tell you that because I'm sure a lot of people don't know that.
Meme couch. Work really hard, and one day this can be you. Rip. Work really hard.
At least the grass is mowed beside it,
Stupid.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back.
What is going on, guys? I had to hear. I was missing garlic bread, and I had to hear the what is going on, guys. And garlic bread is such a hypocrite, and he's so in denial and in delusion that it is funny. He's saying that Foodie Beauty is not aware and not doing anything with her life, but I wonder to myself every day, garlic bread, what are you doing with your life, and are you aware of what you're spending your time with, my dear? This is the thing, it's so weird for another person to call another person moron when they themselves are a moron. You know what I mean? And I know you're thinking right now, don't you do it sometimes too? No, I don't do it because I only pick on people that don't make content. I make content. So it's different.
Commentary for you.
And I live life and they don't. And I am independent and I don't depend on anyone, and they do.
I think Chantal did the impossible tonight. I think Chantal did her perfect stream. If you wanted to get someone involved in the community, or you wanted to share a stream with someone and they didn't do anything, tonight's stream would be the stream. It is a snapshot of everything Chantal has to offer.
In the end, I will tell you, Foodie Beauty makes very, very, and I hope, even if she hears me, I hope she doesn't hear me, but even if she does, her content is very, very dull. It's very boring. Like, you really gotta love Foodie Beauty in order to, you gotta have time, number one, and you gotta love her in order to watch her content. And me, for example, I love her, but I don't got the time anymore. But yeah, it's really boring. You see garlic bread, like making content from it and trying to make it interesting. It's he's more pathetic than her. In the end of the day, that's just what it comes down to. That he is much more pathetic than she is.
First and foremost, we start off showing some fruit that's just, in her words, getting ripe, in your words, maybe rotting. She also reminds us later in the stream that for over a week now, there's been a pickle slice.
Europeans, I checked it once before. There's not many. I think it's like only 20%. There's majority American and then Canadian. It's because of Foodie Beauty. Because of her.
Decomposing behind the couch that she, quote, keeps forgetting about. But don't worry, the house is totally clean. Apparently, you're just supposed to ignore the rotting food because, that only happens once. She also goes into this proud story about how she has removed the backup beeper from her scooter all by herself, simply flipping it over, tugging on some wires, literal Tim the Toolman Taylor, Chantal. And listen, let's be honest, this is the same person who couldn't troubleshoot the scooter when it broke down. Needed help with basic issues. But now we're supposed to believe she can suddenly become an electrical engineer. Especially when you consider the fact she immediately drove the scooter out in the rain later. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, the reason for disabling this is somehow even worse. She openly admits she hates the idea of the concierge hearing the scooter backing up because she imagines that they think about her and her size and her coming down to simply get takeout. Where is all of this confidence when Chantal says things like this? So instead of maybe addressing the dependency you have on constant food delivery, you just disable the safety beat. I mean, as I said in the beginning, quintessential Chantal. And of course, when we talk about priorities, she's also admitted she has not scheduled her doctor's appointment that she was charged for in terms of
not that my
missing
own people
last
don't
week.
watch me. You don't understand. YouTube is not famous in Europe like in America. People watch other things. It's not really popular. It didn't really spread. Just like, WhatsApp, the application WhatsApp, WhatsApp is everywhere in Europe, but in America, it's really, people don't really use it. They know about it, but it's just not used. Same shit with YouTube. So please, stick to the facts. It's just different people. It doesn't mean that my Europeans don't watch me.
Because these are her words, not mine. She is a, quote, useless adult. And as I've said in the past couple streams, the Beezers are getting restless. This is frustrating long-term viewers. At one point, I think 2 years ago, Chantal went back to Canada simply for medical care. And she has always treated this like a massive health journey she's going to embark on, but then never followed.
That's what I'm saying. In America, WhatsApp is just so not used. And I was like, why? I want to ask, but it's not like I met a lot of people there in Ohio. I was like, why? How strange. People just don't use it. It's not common. It didn't pick up.
Follows through. She would rather talk about specialists and appointments and taking her health serious than actually getting any type of treatment. And here we are now, months in, months later, we really haven't had any appointments. She can make late night snack runs, no problem. She can be streaming all hours of the day, not an issue. She also goes in to this very strange rant. For someone that claims they don't watch other channels, she is very frustrated about streamers with long intros that play opening music, because to her, that's unprofessional, which, again, quintessential Chantal. This is someone who regularly leaves so that she can go take a dump for 10 minutes and not mute the camera. But you're going to tell me about someone's intro and outro music. The lack of self-awareness. Incredible. We then get to another kind of rage moment where she starts bragging about, again, how she's been cleared for any mistreatment of the cat. She loves to just spark this controversy and, of course, tells people what they can eat. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, well, it's what Salah loves. Speaking of Salah, she accidentally slips that she was leaving, quote, her bedroom when they were living together, as opposed to their bedroom. Now, she quickly corrects it, but still, every time, Chantal, who claimed to be married for 3 years,
always we knew they weren't sleeping together. Oh my God.
Every time she has to just kind of nonchalantly discuss what happens, it's always her bedroom and not theirs. Now, yeah, I know to some people, maybe that means nothing, but considering the speculation about their living arrangements, the relationship dynamic, people always point these things out. Another thing that I've noticed is her sister has been in her chats a lot. Maybe it's her sister, maybe it's not. Chantal seems to openly claim that it is. But it's just strange considering how distant, other than her aunt, family involvement has been, that all of a sudden, every time we go in there, there's just kind of this weird vibe that her sister is there watching all of this play out. And somehow, despite constantly crying about reactors and internet drama ruining her life, she admits that she's watching the Paradise documentary, the one that she just deleted a video about, which is funny because Chantal simultaneously hates online drama
Who's the sister,
while
Frank?
now consuming it nonstop and
I know
in
she
a
has a
way
sister, but I didn't know
inserting
the
it
sisters in the chat.
whenever she can into her streams. We also, of course, as I mentioned, go out in the rain so that we can smoke. And when we return, we're super careful because the scooter, previously having, in her words, ran over the cat.
Okay, don't
She
get
is
upset
now
now with
calling
the
the cat over
situation.
to
Come
her.
on, everybody, calm down. You know, we cannot change the world. Let's just be peaceful and, you know, understand each other. Well, in life, you have to understand that you cannot pick your parents. You know, you're born with whatever parents gave birth to you. And you cannot pick your country that you're born in. And we all got to deal with it. And no country is perfect. And we just should be friendly and loving each other. That's what I think now at this moment.
With the door open. And then unaware
Yeah,
that
he's
people
always
would see this for what it is.
garlic bread. Blah, 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 blah. I wonder sometimes how he doesn't go crazy. You know, like if I would be living garlic bread's kind of life, I would already be in the asylum, you know, of crazy people, you know, like this is, imagine living your life every day talking and recording this bullshit. Wow. It's crazy. It's not normal. It's just insane.
Why are you calling the cat over to you if you're concerned about the cat's safety? Why wouldn't you make sure the cat was far away from you? Or and I know this is a wild concept. Why not get off the scooter you don't need and pull it into your apartment or push it into your apartment rather than
I agree
drive
with
it
you,
in?
and ignorance, you know, is not cool, and it's normal for us to be aware, and I get that. But yeah, we cannot control things. And we just have to hope that everything gets in better situation. And in the end, Divina, I shit on everybody, and you shit also on people. You shit on me, and we shit. No, but in the end of the day, you know, like it matters the fundamental stuff. That we bitch about shit, you know, don't take it so serious and so sensitive. Get over yourself, please.
Because if you do that, you're in much greater control of the cat.
Because I'll send garlic bread on your ass.
Getting close to you. You could actually, Chantal, again, I know I don't have to ask if you're sitting down. Imagine this scenario. You come into the apartment. You take the cat. You put the cat in their room, in the bathroom, just for a moment, okay? Then you get your scooter and finagle it into wherever you park it in the apartment. You shut the door. You make sure everything's locked up. You make sure everything's safe. Then you let the cat out. I mean, does that sound like it could work? I'm just saying. She also kind of loosely goes over her view count, which is strange because Chantal's been on these blocking rampages. And of course, she doesn't care how many people watch her. She just wants people to keep her company, which, I mean, to be fair, there is some truth to that. I think she loves the concept of coming online and people being there for her when she's lonely or bored. But at the same time, her numbers, again, they're getting so low that whatever minuscule pay she is getting at some point is just not going to become
Yeah,
worth
but what are you doing, garlic bread? This is also your bread and butter. If she's going low, you're also going low. No, or you're gonna. If she doesn't do her thing, you can't do your thing, and you know it. I know it. Everybody knows it, and that makes you look so pathetic at the end of the day with your videos, because it all comes down to that, garlic bread, and you know it. It's so ridiculous. It's so lame. You're so lame.
Any effort. She's probably at the bottom end of that $8. And I'm sure Salah's going to start asking about that
Foodie always lands on
couples
her
vlog
feet.
that he filmed with, of course, just him, that she's supposed to have been editing for the couples channel, which at this point,
Foodie gave
Chantal
me a
has
lot
not.
of power, you know. That's why I'm a big foodie fan, because through my journey in my life, I was watching Foodie Beauty and whatever. But she gave me a lot of power in times when I needed power, because I thought to myself, if Foodie B can do it, I can do it too.
Not done one of her walking streams in just over a week. That whole going to the park arc, bars, has completely went away. Now, Chantel can blame it on the rain, but the reality is, I mean, Milli Vanilli would have done that too, but the reality is...
She lives well, yeah. She doesn't live poorly, but I don't believe that she lives happily. I don't think Foodie Beauty is happy. I think that she's really, really not happy with her life. She has to close the camera, and then basically what does she do? She watches on YouTube what people talk about her and, you know, does her shit on the internet. And then she sleeps and then wakes up and the next day repeats. Kind of, it's a very monotone life. And she always has to think about YouTube because that's where her income comes from. I would not want to be in Foodie Beauty's shoes. I remember when it was COVID, you know, and when I lost everything, and I thought to myself, oh, look at this woman, you know, just having fun and being reckless, and look at how much money she's spending. And I thought to myself, yeah, I also want to be a YouTube entertainer, but no, to live that kind of life it's like a trap. It's a weird kind of virtual trap cycle. And like I said, I'm not saying that to be entertainer is not a good work, you know, like, but it has to be worth it financially. If you're going to do this, you know, like anything under 5,000 is not worth it, I believe, to sacrifice your life for YouTube. If you don't make 5,000 a month, it's not worth it. Okay, let's say 4,000, but anything under 4,000 is not worth it.
She doesn't want to walk. She doesn't want to work out. There's a treadmill downstairs. She could do all these things. She puts the effort into going outside to smoke beyond anything else. And I think in large part, that's why these streams end up frustrating so many people. Because underneath the periodic rage and the periodic sarcasm, it's the same cycle over and over.
You cannot be happy and feel uncomfortable in your body. That's true. But, you know, in the end, she really has nothing, you know, going for herself in life except this YouTube. And this YouTube is also not fantastic. She has nothing else. Like, wait, I'm self-reflecting, you know, what do I have? I have, you know, I have projects, you know, like every time I make a comment on somebody else, you know, I always have to think, I don't want to be a hypocrite, you know, so I self-reflect. And that's a good thing. I'm glad that I do that. I'm glad that I do that.
Ignore responsibilities, avoid accountability, lash out at the viewers, occasionally delete a video.
A theater student for a while.
And sometimes you admit you don't even know what you were talking about. But of course, at the end of the day, you have to frame all of this as criticism from haters who are just miserable.
And what do you do at the end of the day, garlic bread? At the end of the day, you make a video and record this bullshit and make content out of it. What makes you any better?
You can't even book a doctor's appointment. You can't get a pickle from behind a sofa. But somehow we got that scooter to stop beeping.
I wonder what Bridge maybe Icy's doing. I haven't heard from her in some time.
When you back up, because
She's been silent.
That was the priority. You know I appreciate you watching this, and unlike Chantal's scooter beeping, I'll be back as soon as I can with more commentary.
Thank you, Gordon. We appreciate your commentary. My lovely people, I have to say thank you for hanging out. We hung out for not that long, but also not short. But with me, it's, you know, going to hit 3 a.m. I have to wake up tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow. And then, yeah, I have quite some things to do. Not too much, but it's a day. And keep in mind, tomorrow is my last day of freedom of my apartment to myself, because then I have the overgrown oaf, the orangutan in my apartment, stomping around with his heavy body, boom, 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 in and out of the kitchen, plate, 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 eating, eating, eating. Man, no, I'm gonna tell him that I'm not gonna hesitate. Anyways, we still have until after tomorrow. But I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm gonna make it very clear that I don't have tolerance. My tolerance has ended, and yeah. Anyhow, Rocky, thank you for hanging out. Frank, I hug and kiss you. Divina, thanks as well, even though you were bitchy at some point. It's okay. Pause, Safia, Corny. Thank you for hanging out. Slick Sloth. Nutmeg. Erin. Burns and Churns, Layla. A block party was also here. Salmon was also around. A stink. I hope you find somewhere else to hang out. I'm curious that some entertainment happens. But me, I'm going to sleep now, and we see what tomorrow brings. And we hear from each other when we hear from each other. With this, I wish you a lovely remaining evening or day. What's going on with you? And I say peace, peace, peace.